Myanmar is one of the most mysterious places in the world, yet undiscovered country. A Far East country adjacent to China, Bangladesh, Thailand and Laos, with its face turned into the Indian Ocean. It is the second largest country in Southeast Asia with a population of 60 million. The country, which was ruled by military regime between 1962 to 2011, started to be governed by the civilian government established under the leadership of the former General Thein Sein since 2011, but a significant part of the government is former soldiers. Myanmar Travel Guide. Myanmar, Burma, which has been ruled by military power for 50 years, is literally the closed box of Asia. It cannot be said to be completely safe. While it was the second richest country in Asia before 1962, it became one of the poorest countries in the region thanks to the Burmese Way to Socialism program launched by General Ne Win. The country, where 8 main ethnic groups Bamar, Karen, Karenni, Shan, Mon, Kachin, Chin, Rakhine are located, has about 135 ethnic groups recognized by the constitution. Although it has very rich resources, it has become one of the poorest countries in the world since 1962 due to the military regime. The situation is very bad, especially in the field of health system, and ranks 190th in the world according to the World Health Organization (WHO) data. As far as I can see, the country was stuck in 1962. There is not the slightest progress in terms of country infrastructure or social structure. Once an army is bored, it changes the name, flag, capital and city names of the country. The country used to be called Burma and Burmese in the past. Even though it gets angry to foreign countries, it closes its borders, while tourists cannot go out or people can enter the country from outside. The average life expectancy is 57. People are not used to tourists at all, especially outside the tourist cafes that have taken the Myanmar tour. They are very surprised when they see tourists traveling alone and can gaze for a long time. However, I can say that they are harmless. The last thing the people want here is to get in trouble and face off with the police and soldiers. When we talk about the country, it is not to mention Aung San Suu Kyi. He is a brave woman politician who is known for his struggle against the military regime and is followed by people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King. The army imprisoned her for 6 years and did everything to scribble her name. According to the constitutional provisions, the National League for Democracy (NLD), led by Aung San Suu Kyi, has approximately 60% of the seats throughout the assembly, with a quota of a quarter of the armed forces allocated to both wings of the assembly. In the city center, there are a lot of men with money in their hands. They say the highest rate, but they are constantly cheating. They say that the jeweler gives 900 to 775, but as a result of various games, you have taken a look at half of what you have to take, or the man is running away with your dollars. The exchange rate is extremely variable. While it was $1.1150 kyat last year, now it has dropped 33%. For this reason, it is useful to go during the period when the dollar is high, otherwise the prices will increase several times everywhere. There have been hotels on the internet that I saw $4, $8, bus tickets increased by at least 50%. So the answer to the question of whether Myanmar is cheap or not should be depending on the dollar rate. Fortunately, with an application launched in 2011, foreign exchange offices were opened at the airport, which gave the black market price. Do not say how this is legal. I do not know. You can safely change your money from this office, which opens on weekdays 7 and 10 on weekends. But since they examine and archive every money you give with a magnifying glass, it takes half an hour to exchange money. The dollar you will redeem must be literally perfect. They do not accept if the coin has the slightest tear, wrinkle, ballpoint pen or fold mark. At $100, they don't accept CB series banknotes. But if you ask for their money, 1,000 witnesses say money. They seem to be out of war. Never spoil all your money. You have to pay train tickets, hotel fares, museum city entrances and exit fees in dollars. If you pay something in dollars, you get $1, otherwise, in kyat. Well, you have run out of money. What will you do? The only solution is to arrive in Yangon somehow. Here they give your credit card a nice commission, varying between 7 to 30%, usually close to the upper limit. One of the places that provided this with the least commission was Sedona Hotel, but when I opened the phone on the last day, they said that they removed this application. I have no idea where else it is being done. People are forbidden to buy dollars, so they cannot go abroad. You cannot exchange Myanmar money abroad, so they have no choice but to ask the tourists they see to pay dollars for their kyat. As a result, they can afford $5 and $10 savings and plane tickets and expenses. Myanmar visa can be obtained from Bangkok. Minglaba, hello Chiazu, thanks Tata, goodbye Myanmar attractions. Yangon. With its 6 million population, Yangon is considered the center of the country's Myanmar Buddhism as well as being the largest city, old capital and administrative center of the country. The gold of these temples, which are located in the city, which also houses two famous Buddhist temples with towers covered in gold, Sul Phaya and Svetagon, is renewed every 3 years. The towers, where tons of gold are spent during the renovation, can be noticed even remotely with its remarkable color thanks to lighting at night, as well as the glory of the day. Get maps from the MTT office in the city center as soon as you go. Here you can find maps of other cities. It is really hard to find your way without a map. Karavake, which is a classic palace restaurant inside the Kandavgi Lake, attracts attention with its interesting display structure, while it hosts a traditional dance and puppet show in the evening. In addition, Kandavgi Natural Park, which has a wonderful nature, adds a different beauty to this lake. You can walk around the lake if you wish, but let me state that the entrance is 2,000 kyat. Go to Shwedagon Pagoda and spend at least 2 to 3 hours. This complex of temples, where the people come to find peace and worship and spend all their days, is like a city within a city. Bagyok Ana Sand Market consists of a colonial structure in the center of Yangon. It contains more than 1,600 workplaces in which all kinds of souvenirs are sold. Yangon, where places where quality music is performed are available, appeals to entertainment lovers with karaoke bars. In the city, where cinema is also very popular, English movies are played regularly. Go to the train station and take the trains called Circular Train, $1. These trains leave at frequent intervals and return to where they started, passing through many neighborhoods of the city for 3 hours. It is perfect to watch the local people who set up their life around the train tracks. Cross the river. You can use one of the boats in the port area, round trip $2. On the opposite side, you will find a completely different world of small villages. Set one of the trishaw drivers on the pier and navigate as you wish. If you have time, take one of the Mon State buses going to Kyaktio Pagoda, 160 kilometers away. The feature of this pagoda is at the top of the cliff and there is a golden rock on the edge of the cliff that looks as if it will fall in excess of the laws of physics. This rock is one of the symbols of Myanmar. In Yangon, where the tropical monsoon climate is seen, the period corresponding to monsoon rains in general is between June and September. The weather is hot, humid and cloudy. The winter period is milder. Precipitation is rare. Mandalay. Step up to Mandalay Hill step by step. All above a full-day boat trip on Inle Lake will cause you to have one of the most memorable days of your life. Enjoy it, admire the daily life of the lake people, and amaze how the rowers can both kayak and fish alone. A hot balloon festival is held in October every year on a hill, Tangji, at a height of 1,460 meters near Inle Lake. I guarantee you will have a great time if you come across. Another feature of this place is that there are many hill tribes living on it. Kala. If after all this you still have time and energy, you can join one of the trek groups that go to Kala. There are daily, 2- and 3-day hiking options. Choose one and enjoy the unique nature of Myanmar. Myanmar, which promises unforgettable memories for those who want to reach out to the Bagan and discover new places starting from the Golden Lands, which preserves its naturalness, attracts travelers with its pristine Asian texture.